Welcome to the Summer Ready Challenge. Bienvenue au défi Prêt pour l'été. Hello everyone! Today we're going to be testing our seated forward fold to hopefully get a little bit more mobility in our posterior chain. Let's do it! Alors on va commencer par tester le mouvement, atteindre les pieds en position assise. Alors ce qu'on va faire, c'est on va nous asseoir avec les jambes étendues devant nous dans une position assise. On va garder les jambes tout droit, alors on ne veut pas plier les genoux, on veut garder les jambes complètement droites. On met les mains sur les genoux, les cuisses pour commencer. Et ce qu'on va faire, on va prendre une grande respiration. Et en expirant, on va nous plier vers l'avant. Essayer d'atteindre les orteils. Si on peut dépasser les orteils, juste prenez note de où vous arrêtez en tant que flexibilité. Alright, so let's get our baseline here. Deep breath. I'm pretty flexible in this way, so I'm reaching forward and I'm capped out at about my wrists. Okay, so if you can kind of test out, like if you're at your fingers, if you're at your shins, if you're at your knees, just test out where you stop. If you want to test 2 or 3 times, you can do that as well. All right, now we're going to be holding a couple of stretches just to help us with that seated toe reach. First one is going to be the half butterfly. So everybody sit with one leg in, one leg out, and then we're going to take a deep breath and reach towards your foot that's extended. Now your leg that's extended, I should say. You want to reach both hands to the same spot if you can. If not, reach the opposite hand at the wrist. Okay, deep breath here. With each exhale, I want you to try and get a little bit lower. We're feeling this in the hamstring. We're feeling this in the hip, low back. Personally, I feel it mostly in the hip and low back, a little bit in the hamstring. I've got a really flexible posterior chain, but my hips are tight, as some of you may know if you follow my lives. Just make sure you're breathing, taking it easy. Come on out of that stretch and let's switch over to the other side now. So extend, plier une jambe, l'autre jambe étendue et on essaie d'atteindre les orteils de cet côté ou le tibia, le genou. On essaie de mettre les deux mains en même place. Respirez. Essayez avec chaque expiration de descendre un petit peu plus profondément dans l'étirement. Et on lâche cet étirement tout doucement. Et maintenant, on va prendre la position demi-agenouillé avec pli vers le côté. Alors, on se met demi-agenouillé. Et un genou au sol, l'autre pied au sol aussi. Okay? On essaie de garder cette position neutre au niveau des hanches, mais on va plier vers le côté pour étirer un petit peu la fléchissure de la hanche qui va nous aider à plier vers l'avant. Sometimes when we have a tight lower back, it's because we have really tight hip flexors. So we're hopefully going to loosen that up here by doing this half kneeling side bend. Squeeze your bum, not with your hands, as I always say in my live. Okay, squeeze your bum as in contract the muscle. And relax. All right, we're going to switch over to the other side now. So half kneeling position. We're going to try and squeeze your glutes. Bring the hips forward slightly, but we want to stay in a neutral position. We're not necessarily falling this way. I want us to keep the hips neutral, and maybe with a slight forward lean, and then a slight forward push, I should say, and then lean to the side with your opposite arm. And while you're holding this position, you need to make sure you're breathing, trying to go a little bit further into the stretch, trying to get a little bit more comfortable, I should say, into the stretch as possible. come on out of that stretch. Very nice. Next stretch is going to be the lizard. So again, we're going to be attacking kind of the glute, low back region. So I want you to be in a half kneeling position, kind of like we were before. I want you to get your elbows as low or as close to the ground as possible. And then I want you to let your knee fall to the outside. OK? Alors, on va essayer de baisser les coudes vers le sol le plus que possible. On cherche le plus de profondeur qu'on peut. Et on laisse tomber le genou à l'extérieur dans cette position demi-agenouillée. OK? Grande respiration. Et on essaie avec chaque expiration de devenir plus en plus confortable et plus en plus profond. Et je vais en rajouter quelque chose que j'ai même pas prévu avant. Je vais juste étirer les ischio-jambiers. Alors faites ça avec moi. On va se mettre sur le talon en avant et on va s'asseoir sur le talon en arrière et on va plier vers l'avant pour plus sentir l'étirement dans les ischio-jambiers. Et on revient à la position initiale. Changeons de jambe maintenant. Let's change legs. So other leg in front. So you want to bring the hips forward, drive the knee outwards, and bring the hands and elbows towards the floor. Okay, deep breath. And drive down. Try and get more and more comfortable as we go. And come on back to stretch out those hamstrings, something that I'm just adding now. Wow, Coach Saul, thinking on his feet. Et on revient à la position initiale. Passons maintenant dans la position ou dans l'étirement des adducteurs en supination. Alors supination sur le dos, on va attraper soit l'extérieur du pied, on peut mettre un strap ou une ceinture ou quelque chose de plus long, comme une serviette pour tenir le pied. Et ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va étendre la jambe en bas, étendre la jambe en haut, et on va laisser tomber la jambe du côté, juste comme ça. Ok, et en tenant cet étirement, je veux que vous rassurez que vous ne pliez pas la jambe, n'importe quelle jambe, mais surtout la jambe qui est en étirement ou dans la main ou dans la serviette, parce que on veut étirer les adducteurs à l'intérieur du jambe. Okay, if you ever feel like when you're seated in the forward fold, we have a few adductors on the inside here that contribute to your knees bending. So if you feel like your knees want to bend while you're in the seated position, this can really help avoid that and therefore gain a little bit of flexibility in those adductors. Et on revient à la position initiale, on change de jambe We're going to change legs, grab onto that toe or the outside of the foot or whatever it is, extend both legs, and then let that leg fall to the side. Supine adductor stretch. Okay, I want you to really think about while we're in this position to keep both legs straight. If this one on the ground bends a little bit, that's okay, but you want to try and keep it straight so you're feeling the stretch a little bit in your hip flexor too, trying to keep both legs flat on the ground. But the one that's being stretched, we want to keep it straight because we really are feeling the stretch in the adductors on the inside of the leg there. Okay, à l'intérieur de la cuisse. And come on back to that neutral position. All right, time to retest. So keep those legs extended in front of you. Deep breath. Keeping the legs straight. How far can you reach? So if you're not able to reach further than you could before, perhaps you're feeling a little bit more comfortable where you were before, right? So maybe you couldn't reach further, but maybe you're feeling more comfortable where you were, which is still a sign of progress. It's important to test, intervene, and then retest using certain positions to know that our mobility is actually doing something. Ok? Alors on fait un étirement qui fait étirer toute la chaîne postérieure. Et après ça, on fait des mouvements qui vont nous aider avec la flexibilité et on reteste pour assurer que les étirements ont fait quelque chose. Okay? Et moi, personnellement, je suis capable d'aller un peu plus loin que je pouvais au début de la vidéo. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow. Merci d'être venu. On se voit demain.
Mark this workout down in your calendar as done and make sure to include the mystery word. Si vous avez manqué le mot mystère, veuillez reculer dans la vidéo et chercher le mot mystère pour pouvoir l'inclure dans votre calendrier. Thank you for participating in the Summer Ready Challenge. Merci d'avoir participé dans le défi Prêt pour l'été.